Hello ladies and gentlemen, Advanced Algebra Study Guide, Section 7.5, Properties of Logarithms. First thing we're going to look at is to write each expression as a logarithm or a single number or expression. So what we're going to do is we're going to condense our expressions. And we need to remember our properties of logarithms when we do this. So here we go. So the first thing I notice is I've got a 2 right here, so I need to remember that that becomes an exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this. Log base 3m minus log base 3n squared. So that 2 becomes the exponent. Okay, that would be the power property. Now I see the minus sign. Okay, that would be the quotient property. So I will rewrite that as log base 3m over n squared. And I'm done. I have condensed it. Remember, when we condense it, we only want to see the log, log, once. It should not be in our answer more than once when we condense it. Number 37. So again, I notice the first thing I'm going to do is the power property, so I need to take care of the 5 and the 1/2. Okay, now the plus sign, that is our product property, so I'm going to rewrite that. And that is our answer. Okay, the next one. Again, start off with the power property. Now, since there's no variables involved here, we can go ahead and simplify some of these before we go any further. Okay, so like 12 squared becomes 144. 27 to the 3rd power becomes 3. 128 to the 2/7 power becomes 4. All right, now I'm going to take, so there's a minus sign right here, so that's the quotient property. Okay, now I'm going to take the 144 and divide it by 3, and then I'm going to multiply by the 4. So like this. Okay, and if I figure that out, 144 divided by 3 times 4, we should get 192. All right? Again, when there's no variables involved, you need to simplify it, break it down as much as possible. Okay, number 39. Again, starting the same way. Okay, now I'm going to do the product property and the quotient property. Again, this is the product, this is the quotient. So our final answer, all right, so that's condensing them. Okay, rewatch that if you need to. In the next part, we're going to expand. So we're going to go in the other direction. So the first thing on this one, I noticed that it is a product property. Sorry, fixing my mistake. Okay, now the 4 and the 9 are exponents, so that's the power property. They need to go in the front. All right. Okay, the next one, number 41, that's the quotient property, so I'm going to expand that. Okay, that's it for that one. Okay, the next one, I have all three things. I have the product, I have the quotient, I have the power. Okay, now I did the product and I did the quotient. Now I'm going to do the power. Oops, that 6 should not be on there. All right. Okay, number 43. Now this one I have to be careful because in the denominator I've got two things. Okay, two things down there. So first I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the product. Okay, and now here I'm going to put actually quotient. I'm going to put a minus. Now I'm going to group these two. The cubic root of t I'm going to write as t to the 1/3 power. Again, notice how I grouped the bottom part, the s squared, and the t to the 1/3. That needs to be grouped because then what happens is this minus sign gets distributed. So when I rewrite this, I write it like this. That's a minus sign now. Okay, lots of stuff going on. As you notice, I missed that 4 at the beginning. So make sure that the 4 goes in the right place. Okay, and that's our final answer. I'm not going to rewrite that one. Okay, but that one should go right there. All right, next page. Number 44. Determine the following logarithms to the nearest 100. This is where we use the change of base formula. So now we can use our calculator to find these answers. So we take, remember how it works? We take log of 15 and then divide it by log of 2. And we get approximately 3.91. Same thing with number 45, change of base formula. And we'll round it 1.61. Okay, that's all you have to do on that one. Again, change of base formula is very, very useful. Okay, number 46. Now, if we follow what it says up above, given that the log of 4 equals this, the log of 5 equals this, okay, using the properties of logarithms, determine the values. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up going like log of 4 times 5, because 4 times 5 is 20. We need to use the 4 and the 5. And then I'm going to rewrite that as log 4 plus log 5. And then I'm going to substitute in the decimals. So the log of 4 is 0.6021 plus the log of 5 is 0.6990. Add those together and we get 1.3011. Okay, number 47. So log of 25, how can I split that up? That would be the same as log of 5 times 5, which can be rewritten as, so that means I'm going to use the 0.6990 twice. I'm going to add that together. And I end up with 1.398. Okay, the next one's a little bit more challenging. How in the world do we get 1.25 with a 5 and a 4? Okay, well, since the number is getting smaller, the only thing I can think of is that we will divide by the 5 by the 4. Okay, so that means I'm going to rewrite this as so that means I take the log of 5 minus the log of 4. And then I replace, so I've then got 0.6990 minus 0.6021. And there we get the decimal. 0.0969. All right. Okay, the last one, 80. Where in the world do we get 80 from? Okay, that's a bit of a challenging one. So we can only use the 4s and the 5s. Well, you might have to do a lot of guessing and checking. So, but what it ends up being is the log of 4 squared, which is 16, times 5. Okay, rewriting that, I get 2 log 4 plus log 5. Replace log of 4 with the decimal. Replace log of 5 with the decimal. Put those together and you get 1.9032. Now, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, you could have just typed those into your calculator. So, like log 80, it's already base 10. There you go. All right, but this is just showing you how we can use a substitution and rewriting our logs so that we can solve them in another way. If you use the calculator, that is perfectly fine, especially since it's already in base 10. Okay, that's it for chapter 7.5.